I want to play Fortnite. This part's a boss fight. Headset, baby. Is it my turn to play yet? Run! Oh, we lost again. You messed it up. Go left, not right. It was an accident.
It's okay, kids.
Yeah, GG.
And welcome back to another episode of the Gamer Parents Podcast. My name is Joanne and I'm joined by my wonderful and amazing husband and gamer partner in crime, Kevin.
Hey, everyone.
If this is your first time here, we are parents who game and gamers who are parents. And this is where we talk all about gaming as well as life in parenting. This is episode 119, 119, y'all. And we usually like to kick things off with an update of how life is in the past week. So, Kevin, let's jump into it and talk about how we started our Sunday last week.
Okay, yes. So, some of us know it recently was Lunar New Year.
It still is.
It still is, right? Yes. And so, we've had a lot of things happening around that. So, last week we had another Lunar New Year celebration.
Yeah, on the 5th day, which is Sunday.
Yeah, just at our friend's house. And it was neat because we were kind of like, I think, pretty much like the only friends invited. And then other than that, it was like their whole family.
Yeah.
It was a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, me too. Because I wasn't aware that it's like the celebration, the family celebration.
Yeah.
But it makes sense since it was the weekend and our friends were hosting and they were so kind to have us over. And it just brought me back to my childhood years when I would go over to my grandparents' house and all my family members would come, even aunts and uncles that we haven't seen. We'll just like celebrate together. Cousins of all ages will play together. Well, obviously the teenagers would like flock to one side doing their own thing. But yeah, the younger ones would be like running in the garden while the older ones prepare the food. Like, remember the uncle was making egg rolls and stuff?
That's what I was going to say. It felt very, definitely like a family event, right? All the kids were playing, even our kids were playing with other kids.
Yeah.
And, people were cooking and a lot of people were bringing food and it was cool to be a part of it.
Yeah, so wholesome, that feel.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, dear friends, if you're listening to this, you know who you are and thank you so much for including us. It really meant a lot because I really don't remember the last time I've been to like a big family reunion like that. I'm pretty sure it's over 10 years ago. Yeah. And then speaking of Lunar New Year celebration, today, which is the day we're recording, is the 11th day of Lunar New Year, which is the following weekend, right?
Yes, yeah.
And it's still going on, the celebrations are still going on. And we've been invited by another friend to a local church here that has the event because they're very international. And they had performances and food. And it was really fun, right? Like the food was really good.
Yeah, they had lots of food catered and it was delicious. To me, it was like an Asian buffet.
Yeah, I need to know which restaurant that's from because like I haven't had that good of a Chinese food in a while.
It was actually really, really good. Not only was there a lot of selection and a lot quantity, but it was also really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think part of it was catered and then part of it seems like a potluck thing because I noticed like there's...
I kind of understand. It seemed like it wasn't all from one place based on like the containers things were in and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, the food was good. And then they also had a bunch of performances. It was almost like members of the church, if they had like a skill or, knew something, they would kind of go up on the stage and perform for everybody. So there was like a lot of singing and music related ones, right? There were some dance related ones.
Oh yeah. It's like watching a Shen Yun performance by one dancer.
So, some of them were pretty legit, you know, and I think some was just kind of
more to entertain.
So that was cool too. But you know, did some raffling, and
I love the traditional instrument that was played in one of the performances.
Yeah, I don't know what that was called, but it was kind of like a traditional Chinese string instrument. But it was pretty big. It was, you know, definitely bigger than like a guitar or something.
Yeah, it's a gucheng. Yeah, they pronounce it like gucheng. I can't pronounce it, but it looks like it's played flat like a piano, but it has strings on it and played like a guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gucheng. A zither. Is zither?
Okay, I don't know. But
anyways,
that was my favorite out of all the performances.
It really sounded like some of the music we hear in our games, you know, the background music when you go into...
I was thinking like Witcher or something.
Yeah. Like if you go into like... I was thinking more like World of Warcraft, like Mists of Pandaria area.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, just being transported into a different world through the music. That was fun. So the music and the dance were like legit.
Yep, and we also brought our kids to this, of course. We haven't talked about them there yet, but they got to do some kid activities, mostly like some coloring sheets, and got to run around the big room a little bit. But they enjoyed the food too, for the most part. They did have pizza.
They did have pizza,
which was really a nice save because that's pretty much what Faith ate. Because she doesn't have the most diverse palate yet.
Yeah, not yet. I hope that would grow into her one day. But Dylan ate a lot of the Chinese food.
He's usually pretty good around that stuff. Faith's kind of hit or miss when it comes to Asian foods.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just feel like this Lunar New Year was so extra special because I guess, you know, with our kids going to school and us making more friends and just having all these experiences through the Asian town or this local church. It's just so nice to introduce them to their own culture. Speaking
of culture.
Yeah.
So this week I also get to talk about how sometimes it can be exhausting being married to a PTA mom because this last week has been a lot of preparation into a really spectacular event. I can say after the fact now, but you had signed up for International Night.
Yes, so I was one of the 17 countries that were being represented in International Night, our son's elementary school.
And basically, it was each of these 17 countries were going to have like a couple tables set up, and a lot of them gave out like samples of like food or drinks that are from the country that they're representing.
Yep.
Right? And it's kind of open to the community and the families of students to, you know, come in, and it's all held in the gym, and really just check out all the different countries' booths and, you know, find out more about that country and, you know, taste some of the food and so forth. And, you know, a way to expose the kids to kind of what it's like in other countries too, you know?
Yeah. And they'll have these little passports that they'll carry around and get stamps or stickers from other countries for.
Yeah.
So it feels like they're traveling around the world.
Yeah. So this has been probably at least 2 weeks in the making for you. I know we didn't talk about it much or at all last week, but there was a lot that you did specifically, and I helped a little bit, but this was pretty much all you.
Well, I actually only took like this week. I remember on Monday was my first time going into Office Max. Tuesday was like dedicated to building posters, right?
Yeah.
And that's the mornings when our kids are not in. Wednesday, Thursday was when I started building this house. So my idea was like I wanted to have this tabletop ticket booth, and I found this frame for this ticket booth on Amazon, and it showed like they have so many uses for it, from using it as a tiki bar to,
I think you mentioned like lemonade stand.
Oh, lemonade stand. Yeah, it's like multi-purpose, right?
It's like these plastic pipe things that you can fit together different ways.
Yeah.
And it's really just like the bones of it. You still have to like
the frame.
Yeah, decorate it or wrap it in something, you know?
And then my plan was to make a traditional Malaysian house out of it so I could hand out food samples. And I had another Malaysian friend of mine help me get sponsorship, from a Malaysian restaurant. So she was in charge of that part, and I wanted to make it like a special experience where people can look in through the window and ask like, hey, like, can we try your food versus just giving it out. So that was like the whole idea of being international. And then Friday was the event, so obviously I had to get everything done by Thursday. So it was all mostly this week during the mornings, the 3 hours in the mornings when we don't have both kids. Because once they're home, it's like...
Yeah, well, once they're home, it's trying not to go backwards with them like wanting to play with the house specifically and breaking it. But yeah, I mean, you didn't go into very much detail with it, but like...
Go ahead.
You even bought like this fake wood-looking backdrop that like you wrapped around the house, so it made it look like it was like a house made of wood, right? And then you cut out like a window in that backdrop so that there'd be like a window on the house, so for you to pass like the food through. Oh yeah. When people want to come up and try something, and then on the roof you had like the what do you call it?
It's like leaves.
It was almost like dried leaves, right? To kind of make up the roof of this little makeshift house that you put together.
And the leaves wouldn't stay on the roof. So I had to like figure out what to put under the leaves. And that was the cardboard boxes that I had to use zip tie to attach to the frame so that it doesn't fall apart.
Yeah. So anyways, a lot went into making this thing look nice, but also like stay together. Right. Yeah. And then you also had the poster board that you were talking about where you put different facts about Malaysia, about, religions in Malaysia, about demographics in Malaysia.
Traditional costumes, tourism spots.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. You had a big old map of Malaysia that you brought out there so people could see that. And what else? You brought some like traditional outfits that you had hanging up that people could walk up and look at and check out. You had like some books and stuff laid out on the table so people
crafts.
So people could see. So you had like tons of stuff, definitely like above and beyond in my eyes with a lot of the things that you do.
Yeah, while making sure that the kids are fed, clean,
healthy. And so that made it a pretty busy week getting ready for that event. And then not to mention the day of trying to get everything there, especially the house.
Yeah.
Because it's already built and everything. And this is literally like, it's only like it's half open, right? So it's like a giant kite.
It's a tent, yeah.
Or like a tent almost, except the tent you could at least like zip it all the way up and like there's no airflow going through it. But like... True. This would catch the wind really easily.
It did, yeah.
And so I was kind of worried about getting it there, driving it in the back of the truck. So just super slowly, but we did. We got everything there and everything set up. And then the event itself.
Yeah, the event in itself was wow. Like, I think it was open to the public. That's number one. And there was just so many people. We can't even like dish up the food quick enough. We had to like keep going. Luckily, like my friend had her kids helping, and our son helped too in putting the cookies at least into little cups for sample cups for people. I felt like I understood how Costco people feel now on the weekends trying to give out samples. It's like it's never ending. And then there were performances on the stage and parade going up on the stage with our flag. It's called the flag parade. What else was during the event?
There was a lot of people. I just know it was nice having our like designated space behind the tables, like because we were part of it. But like out there with the rest of the people, it was like super busy and like hard to get around and get through, and it was super packed.
It's like going through the subway of New York.
It was like Disneyland.
Or Disneyland.
It felt like Disneyland, to be honest. And it was cool. Like I got to do a little bit of like checking out the other tables and like sampling some of their foods. I wish I got to do more of that. That would be cool to like actually go to all of the tables, and like it was great because like they just give you like a little bit to try, So it's like Not like you have to get really full on one country's food.
Yeah, you can try so many.
You could feel like you're eating at 17 different countries in one meal.
Yeah, that's for you guys, okay? I barely left my spot at all. Like, there was no time for me to leave my booth to go check out other countries because, like, people were constantly coming up. Only during the flag parade that I had to ask you and your parents to kind of help man our booth.
Yeah, that was like the hardest 5 minutes of the week for me because you were up on the stage,
For 5 minutes.
representing Malaysia. It was probably a little bit more than 5 minutes, but still, like, and then I was at the table and people would come up asking me questions about things that were on the table. And I was like, I wasn't trained for this. I was like doing my best to like answer what I thought.
Like, I don't know my wife enough to know.
I was like, I don't know. She didn't tell me what to say.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, when I was there, no one came up to me. It's like people just wanted to take pictures. Like, no one wanted to like come ask.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I'm up there on the stage and you tell me about everyone engaging with you, asking questions, I'm like, what? Kind of offended. Like, do I look like I not speak English?
No.
Anyways, just a joke, guys. But yeah, I thought it was funny that they had America, United States of America, next to us, and I was like teasing you, like saying, "Hey, you could hop on to there, and you could probably answer questions from America, or not."
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was just exciting to see how colorful it was, with every country. I was hoping to see a lion dance, but we got to see the dragon dance at least, but I think a lion dance performance would have been cool from China. So the 3 top biggest countries who, went all out in their booths are...
Malaysia?
No.
Oh.
No, it was China, India, and Mexico, I think. Because there were a lot of them, okay? Like... It was just me and my friend, right, doing this Malaysia booth. So I think I'll give us a pat on our back, saying we did.
You held your own.
Good job.
Sure.
Yeah.
And this is like an event the school does every year, so.
And it's our first time doing it for this school, so
yeah,
a lot of lessons learned. Yeah, but that is the cultural exchange. I'm glad they're trying to bring this. In schools nowadays, so we are aware of what a big melting pot America is of various ethnicities.
And not only America, even the elementary school. And you get to see everyone working together and making a fun event for all the kids and parents to enjoy.
Definitely.
The one other thing that's been on my mind this week is that Valentine's Day is coming up.
Oh, that's right.
So that will be just a few days after this episode drops. So if you need to get something for a special somebody, don't forget, try to make Valentine's Day a special day.
Yeah.
I know I still have to do a little bit of work on that before next Friday.
Me too. We both do. I know I'm planning to host a Valentine's gathering with neighborhood kids. On the driveway, I had
it's like a family's get-together thing.
So where we'll do crafts for the kids, where they could make Valentine cards for one another, or just play outdoor games. And there's a piñata as well that your mom got, so that all the kids could have fun. We were planning to do like flower petals and tea light candles, fake ones, obviously, just to make it kind of like pink and cheesy for the kids, but. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we'll talk more about that next week. But I did just want to say Happy Valentine's Day to all our listeners.
Yes.
And to you.
Oh, thank you. Happy Valentine's Day.
Pre-Valentine's Day, yes.
Yeah. Happy Valentine's Day to you too, and to all the listeners.
Yes. But I think that wraps up life. If we want to talk about a little bit of gaming we've been doing.
What gaming?
I know. It's been building houses and posters and everything from you.
That's Minecraft, okay?
Yeah.
In real life. We did game though. We streamed Fortnite on Tuesday.
We did. What did you think? Because that was the first time we've played Fortnite in a while.
Yeah, I like this this season's. What was it before this? Was it the car one that we played?
No, it was like a lot of Avengers
Doctor
stuff.
Doom. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of Doctor Doom. So this one is more like Japanese, right? Like there's a lot of Sakura.
The map,
Yeah, the map is Japanese, but even like you get a lot of that katana swords thing.
Yeah.
I think it's still very Japanese. I like it. I like the map a lot. I like all the shrines and everything. So international.
Yeah, I like the map. Probably about the same as the last one. I think as far as the weapons and items and things that you can find, I feel like they're still kind of missing some like special ones, right? I feel like when they were doing all the Iron Man, War Machine, Doctor Doom stuff, it seemed like there was a lot in the game. Whereas like now I haven't found as many things, but there was literally only one day of playing it, so maybe we didn't see everything, that was in the game right now. So, but it's still having fun with it. And then besides Fortnite, mobile wise, I've still been playing some Marvel Snap, doing all my weekly missions. Like I said last week, I said I probably wasn't gonna get the battle pass.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you?
I have not gotten it.
Okay.
I don't think I will. I think I'll take this month off again.
Yeah.
And we'll see next month.
You might get banned again.
It could, but yeah, I mean, either way, I'm just only playing just enough to kind of get by, and I don't need to spend the money on it right now. And also, I think I forgot to mention this last week, but still playing Pokemon Pocket, and that's just been a lot of fun. The kids really like opening up the packs. You really like opening up the packs.
Yes, I do.
Right? I don't remember the last time I opened up one by myself, which is fine. It's fun seeing, especially the kids, open them up and get excited whenever they get something good.
Especially the kids. Well, me, you're not excited.
Me too. But it's different when it's a 4-year-old.
Oh, I love opening packs.
Yeah, especially like as a reward for them, right? Because they really like doing it for now until they get bored of it and they don't care about it anymore. But for now, it's like a good like reward if like they're being good or something, to like let them open up packs, right? And have a bunch saved up so like we could open up more, if we need to. And that's been fun, and I like that the focus is mainly on like the collecting part and not so much like the battling, right? Because I don't really like to do a ton of that, and I feel like I'm not really missing out on much by not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the priorities are right to me on that game. They did add trading to the game recently, and I kind of checked it out, and it's like so far I don't think I can really use it because it's like you can only trade with people on your friends list. And I don't know anyone on my friends list, right? And like you can only kind of choose what you want to trade, but like you don't get to choose what the other person gives you.
Mm-hmm.
So like I would only trade for like certain things, and so I don't know. I feel like you have to like know people like in real life or like have a good way to communicate with them to like trade what each other needs.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the way it is now, it's not really that helpful to me.
Yeah. Unless you know the person.
Yeah, if I had like a friend who was playing it too, and we'd be like, hey, you need that card, I need this card, like let's just trade.
Yeah.
To like finish collections off,
Too bad I didn't start playing it, huh?
You still could, it's not too late.
I'll be that friend of yours.
Yeah.
Get my friend zone.
So you have your Pokemon Go, so you have your own Pokemon game that's different. Yeah, so that's Pokemon Pocket right now. They did come out with like 2 new packs in the last week or two that we've been opening, so it's been a lot of new cards. There's a new meta apparently, which I haven't gotten into yet. I'm still using the last set of cards, but yeah, a lot of new cards coming out right now.
Yeah, speaking of Pokemon, I have been playing Pokemon Go.
Oh, have you?
And I found out that one of our neighbor here, whose kids always playing with our kids, like she's super into Pokemon Go
like
as
a
well.
Grandmaster?
Yeah, she's a grandmaster, and she made her house like because they live like behind some shop lots, right? So she made that area a Pokestop. So I go there like whenever I'm there, I'll just like collect all my goodies.
So she's in range of that Pokestop from her house.
Yeah.
And if you're not familiar with the game, like every hour or so often, I don't know how often it is, but every once in a while you can like collect from a Pokestop.
Yeah.
And you get like experience or rewards or whatever.
The rewards.
It's kind of like that's like the main thing that you're doing, one of the main things that you're doing. And normally the game kind of makes you travel around. You have to like go, find these places.
Yeah.
It's not normally like at someone's house.
And she is so high level that she's actually working on making a Pokemon route, so that those who are walking around, going on their walks, can follow the route to collect stuff, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm just impressed.
That's cool, though.
And then she was asking, like, oh, what level are you now? And I realized how low level I am when I let her know.
Wow.
So, yeah, but I'm just excited. Now that I have someone doing it with me, it's more fun.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Pokemon, I am still kind of playing Pokemon Fire Red.
Oh.
Which I know last time I talked about how I rolled credits. I beat the game. Yeah, you did. And I've slowed down a lot since then. And I'm just kind of slowly going through the end game stuff. I didn't know one of the last things I haven't tried yet is this thing called, I think, Pokemon Tower, which you like battle your way up through the floors against like trainers that I think get stronger and stronger. Like, I don't know how far you have to go or what that is exactly. I haven't tried it yet, but hopefully I'll be able to talk on that next time.
Okay.
And then the only other thing I've been playing is Warzone.
Oh, do you play it much this week?
A little bit, yeah. So they have a new Terminator event.
Oh, yeah. I remember that now.
Yeah, and it's not as
nice as Squid Games, right?
Yeah, so the whole Squid Game one was cool because it had its own game mode. That it was like all about Squid Game kind of. And this one's not so much. Like, you still just play the regular Warzone games, but then you can get like basically skulls that drop in the game, and that's like a currency that you use to get rewards, and like that's it. And the rewards are kind of like Terminator themed, I think, and like that's all. So I mean, it's fine. It's like free stuff basically that you're getting on top of the normal stuff. So that's cool, but it's not like a cool Terminator themed game mode, right? Like I was hoping for, but I guess that's probably to be expected because we just had the Squid Game mode. So it probably might be a little bit before we get something cool back again.
Yeah. Nothing can beat I keep calling it Suicide Squad. Nothing can beat Squid Games.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure they can come up with something, but that was kind of a cool mode for a little bit. But that's it. Not really anything else to talk about in Warzone. I don't think I had any cool wins or anything.
Okay.
But I think that's it for the weekly update. So we can get into new games from this last week.
Yes.
Only two of them, actually.
For you.
For me, yeah. So new games this last week. We have Rift of the Necrodancer on PC. So not Necromancer, but Necrodancer. It's a unique title name. And we also have Civilization 7 on PC and all consoles.
Okay. And anything stuck out to you there?
No, I just think the Necrodancer is a funny name for a game.
It looks like the kind of game that you or Dylan know how to play.
Oh, like it kind of looks like Guitar Hero or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like time with the music kind of.
Yep, a rhythm game.
You guys are good at that.
I like those kinds of games.
Yeah, you and Dylan are good. Hand-eye coordination, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep, something I'm not blessed with.
What about Game Pass games?
All right, new on Game Pass this week is Another Crab's Treasure on Xbox Game Pass Standard. Eluden Chronicles 100 Heroes, also on Xbox Game Pass Standard. Starfield, also on Xbox Game Pass Standard. And Madden NFL 25 on console, PC, and cloud.
Very cool. Any of those stand out to you?
Nope.
I feel like Starfield's a pretty big deal. That was a pretty big game when it first came out. Forget when exactly that was. I think like late 2023. I could be wrong about that, but I feel like it didn't quite meet a lot of people's expectations, which may be why it's landing here on Game Pass. But I don't think I would try it, even though I know we've mentioned we're stopping Game Pass. But still, I know that's a big title for them to get onto Game Pass.
Gotcha. But that is it for new game releases this week. Let's jump on to where everyone can find us.
Over on YouTube, the Gamer Parents Podcast channel, where we post audio versions of every single episode. Or you can catch the live streams over on Twitch at twitch.tv/gamerparentspod, where we stream almost every Tuesday night around 9:30 Central Standard Time.
I know, we're one of those, like, we can't give you an exact time.
We used to, and then it was like too tough to like make sure we're ready by then, because sometimes one of our kids are still up at those times sometimes. Yeah.
Gamer parent problems. Or over on Instagram at gamer_parents_podcast, where you will see me post tons of stories that entertain us all day, as well as interesting stuff happening in our lives, whether it's in gaming or parenting.
You can also follow us over on X at x.com/gamerparentspod. You can give us a review on Apple Podcasts, which we check regularly, and we will read it out on the pod if we catch one there.
Yep. But the best place to hang out with us would be on our Discord server, and the link to that can be found in the episode description down below.
Discord is where we talk about life and games all throughout the week.
Yep. Or share pictures on practically everything in life or gaming.
But that's all that we have for you all this time, so we will catch you in the next one.
Bye.